All right, we are doing the last thing of this book, and we are going to be done. So sad. Okay, well, there is one thing that I missed with you guys, and I will show it to you. Okay, you go to connections, you come down here, and then if you make it a little bit bigger, hey. All right, there's been a huge snowstorm, so 就是 what? 就是最近有一个超级大的暴风雪. Right? Is your flight going to take off as scheduled? I think as scheduled is 如实吗? It's like so 原来你的班机是3点，所以如果 as scheduled 就是一样，照样3点就起飞了。If it's not as scheduled, 有可能他们要延期延后。Okay? So be careful with that one. Is going to take off as scheduled? I don't think so. The snow is really coming down. 好像不会3点就起飞了，要等 right? The snow 那个雪很大。What are you going to do? 你要做什么 right? All right. Cool. Let us move on to the video. Woo! Party time. Here we go. It is the most exciting part. It is the video. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna turn around here to make sure I'm not in your way. And let's watch ourselves a video. I know you guys are gonna miss this book because it's really special. Yeah. But don't cry for it. Okay, I will make it a little bit bigger. Batter. There's sometimes like 面糊. If you're making like 要做一个蛋糕什么的, there's the batter is like the 面糊. So it is for that, but really what it means is like 接连猛打. So to hit something with strong force 就是很有力量一直打一个东西. So the rain battered the window 就是雨猛打窗户, right? Battered the window. Coastline is the 海岸线. 海岸 is the coast. 湖岸 could also be the What do you say? No, 好像只有海岸. I don't think you have a coast you have the shore for rivers and lakes. You know, 湖跟河只有 shore 没有 coast. So the boundary is like the 边线. The boundary between land and sea 就是 what? 就是地跟海就是那个接触的地方 is the coastline. So we do not live along the coastline, but we're pretty close. 淡水 is like the coastline, yeah. Okay, defend could mean 辩护、保护 it's to protect. Yeah, and it means the same thing as protect. 跟保护一样 to protect something against attack. 因为一个东西在攻击，所以你要保护，就是要因为攻击的东西要保护被打的东西 right? So, wearing a jacket defends against, strong wind, right? Or I defended my sister because the bad guy was saying mean things to her, right? Defend 不一定是用打的，也可以用说的 right? So if someone says something bad about your friend, 一个人说你朋友的坏话，你可以 defend 辩护them. Erosion is like 磨损 or 侵蚀. The gradual 就是慢慢的 removal. Removal is like 拿掉 of rock and dirt. So you have 石头 and 土壤 by the weather. So it could be wind, the sea. I think there's even like 地震, earthquakes. So erosion is if you have a rock and it gets smaller and smaller. Is it the 女后吗? 往后吗? There's a place where there's a rock and it's getting thin, right? That's because of erosion. Erosion just happens over time. You can't do anything about it. So, and then also sometimes erosion is like, 如果你说道德最近越糟糕, you say our morals are eroding. Sometimes people use it like that too. And then shrink is to become smaller, 变小, right? 缩小. So, you say my shirt shrank. 就是我的上衣就是变小了，缩小了。有可能是因为洗衣的时候, right? Maybe when I was washing my clothes, I shrunk my shirt. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at this first. Okay. If we didn't defend, 如果我们有保护海岸线, nature would take its course and will lose more land. 都是 what? Take its course is, that's like, basically 自然的东西就会自然的发生. Okay, let's say, 你遇到一只台湾黑熊很老，然后快要死的样子 right? 你真的要带它去一个动物园吗？还是就是再等几天它就会死 right? So nature will take its course，因为你不处理它，很快就死，不要一直让它很痛苦的继续活着的。Yeah， 在一个什么动物园里。Yeah，don't like if you come across a sick animal, you know, nature will take its course. Something will eat it, it will just die naturally. Okay， 所以自然发展就是自然的是解决的。Yeah，and we'll lose more land， 就是失去越多的土地。Take its course just means to develop naturally， 就是很自然的发展。Yeah。Okay, so this one, yo, come on. Ah, yeah, there we go. That's the good stuff. Change directions 改变 like 方向 right? Sorry, would take its course and come to an end. Come to an end 就是我结束了 yeah. So a lot of times when it take its course means something's going to die. The seawalls, is it Haiti? Develop themselves. The seawalls themselves are in a sorry state. This is like 很惨的状况. In a sorry state just means in poor condition. 情况很糟糕 poor. Poor 不一定是贫穷 right? 有可能是很可怜 But be careful. Say I am a poor student. 如果是我是很 poor student, it could mean 我很贫穷，不一定是很差. So I would use I'm a bad student. Poor often is like 很贫穷 now. Usually poor is often about bad, not having enough money. We simply can't continue to paper over the cracks. So 如果你有壁癌，如果是你把那个壁纸放上去，然后假装墙壁没问题啊，其实这样就是早晚你的墙壁会有问题 right? So you can't just pretend like there's no problems. Okay, eventually the problem is going to happen and you're going to be screwed. 你就会完蛋了。如果你现在不去处理的话，你可以假装不会完蛋的是你提早，你就是如果一直等，就是最后会很惨 right? So paper over the cracks is to fix something that is damaged so that it works temporarily. 那是你维修一个东西就是可以暂时的用 permanently is 永久的 right? So temporarily just means for just a little while. All right. We are going to look at this and then I'm going to do the answers for you. Okay? Here we go. Let's see if it's big enough. Oh, sorry. Might be a little bit goofy looking.
All may seem calm along these beautiful stretches of British coastline, but there is a battle being fought on the beaches of Britain. It's a fight for survival against the mighty force of the North Sea. Erosion of this coastline has been going on for thousands of years, but things have gotten much worse. Now, tough decisions are being made. Spend millions on defending the battered coastline, or abandon huge areas of Britain to the sea. Here in North Yorkshire, the local and central government has spent a lot of money to defend this battered coastline.
If we didn't defend, well, nature would take its course and we would invariably lose significant amounts of land. Great Britain is a shrinking asset.
Many seaside towns have to be protected. Cliffs are held in place by rock bolts and new sand added to receding beaches. But the majority of the money goes to building new seawalls and repairing the Victorian and even older ones.
The sea defences themselves are in a very sorry state. We simply can't continue to paper over the cracks.
Right? Did you hear it?
Britain is in such a bad way is its geology.
Dili. Oh yeah.
Due to the earth movements after the last ice age, the country is gradually tilting. So while Scotland rises, the south of England falls. On top of that, global warming is set to really
on top of that.
Sea levels in the southern UK are expected to rise about 1 to 3 feet by the end of the century.
Right, this to this much higher.
These are the salt marshes of Essex, just outside of London.
Well, here in Essex, the problem simply couldn't be worse because we are in the front line and that we know that we've lost more than 50% of our salt marsh in just 30 years.
Salt marshes help to defend the coastline by absorbing the energy of the waves. In addition to human development and other processes that have reduced the size of salt marshes, flood defenses are preventing them from spreading naturally inland. So instead of building more seawalls, in some places, farmland is flooded and salt marshes recreated, giving natural protection to the coast. Whether the choice is to battle against nature or work with it, the long-term outcome remains unchanged. Britain is an ever-shrinking island.
Okay, so basically, let me see. There's I think you guys call it 红树林, or is it just 红树? It's called mangroves, right? 那些地方其实很重要，因为会吸收很多的水 ，right? So 台风来的时候就是会吸收那么多的水分 ，right? So those are actually very very important, and we have something it's called salt marshes， 不是什么选地吗 ？It's like a lot of times in certain parts of the United States， 飓风来的时候，都是飓风会渗到那个 salt marsh 的地方，所以那么很多的水量就会被吸收了。所以其实大自然也会保护我们人类 ，right？ 我们真的需要海堤吗 ？Do we need seawalls or do we just let nature protect itself naturally? Maybe that's the better way, right? These seawalls, they don't stop anything in the end. Maybe we need to go back to natural ways. So there's two different ways that we're dealing with it. Do we have seawalls or do we have salt marshes? Taiwan has more the seawall strategy. So number one is the North Sea is eroding the coastline, 就是what在侵蚀的那个海岸线。And then Great Britain is shrinking, shrinking， 就是那个英国越来越小。Great Britain 其实是四个不同的算是国家。There's England 英国，then there's is it Wales Wales, and then 苏格兰 Scotland, and then there is 北爱尔兰 Northern Ireland. 爱尔兰是自己的国家 ，right? So Great Britain is shrinking. Why it's happening? 为什么在发生 The country is gradually tilting. 所以那个国家是慢慢的越来越斜的 ，yeah. So 有那个好像北部比南部还要高 ，right? It's tilting. Scotland. Did I get this right? Scotland falls and England rises, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to check that one more time. And then sea levels are rising due to global warming. And this is what? 气候变迁, global warming. So, there's we used to always say because of, nowadays they say climate change. So this is what? I almost didn't forget. 气球暖化吗? But now we say climate change. 这本书比较老，所以其实现在应该用 climate change. Climate change， 因为有一些地方是越来越冷，所以不一定每个地方都越来越热 ，right? So it's actually better probably to say climate change. So global warming 有点过时的用法。And then next one, what the government is doing? The government is spending a lot of money. 政府花很多钱 to defend. You could say defend, 也可以说 protect the coastline. 为了保护那个海岸线。Most of the money is used for building 盖新的海堤 building new seawalls and repairing older ones. Ones just means walls, okay? And then last one, what they're doing in Essex. Essex is I forget where it's at.但是是一个地方。They are flooding the salt marshes. 就是让那个 salt marsh 地方就是水，就是让它就是洪水，就是让它有越来越多的水 right? To protect the coast. So 他们其实是要让那个水地越来越大，or is it 咸水地? I think that's what it's called. They are not building more seawalls. So should we be natural or should we not? That's the tough call, yeah? And that is good for this. You guys, we are done. Yep, and Scotland, oh, there's one mistake, guys. One mistake. Sorry. I knew it. I knew I made a mistake. I am so sorry. It's Scotland. Hold on. It's Scotland rises and England falls. Okay, that's good for that. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Okay, bye.